Good afternoon, everyone. We will start this third press conference and with a personal best of 9:79, world champion, Olympic champion. Please welcome Noah Lyles from the USA. With a personal best of 12:17, gold medal as well in the Olympic Games, Masai Russell. Last but not least, please welcome the Swiss with a personal best of 12:40, silver in the World Indoor Championships, Ditaji Kambundji.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this third part of the press conference today. Welcome, all of you. Thank you for being here. I'm thrilled to share the stage with you guys. I wanted to start, obviously, with Ditaji. See, that's my problem. Great start of the season. Great indoor season. How do you feel with this progression this year?
It feels good. I'm really happy that I was able to have a good indoor season. I think it gave me a lot of motivation and confidence for the outdoor season. And yeah, I think it's exciting now to run outside. I'm really looking forward to the World Championships, and we're slowly getting closer to the fast times.
Fast times already, I would say. Masai, Thank you. I saw that last year. Obviously, everybody knows that you're an Olympic champion now. How has your life changed since then? What's changed?
I think the biggest thing for me that has changed is just the opportunities, doing press conferences, talking in front of people, just about the performances that I've done in the past now. But in my day-to-day life, nothing has changed. Same work, same grind. Still got to show up and win races and run fast because these women don't make it easy.
Yeah, I can tell these women are not making it easy. Do you think you're also more recognized in the streets? People ask you for pictures, autographs, and stuff.
I feel like I've always had like a solid platform. But once I won the Olympics, I think like older people started to like follow the journey. I've always had like younger kids like follow me and ask for pictures and things like that. But other than that, yeah, I would say so a little more than normal.
Obviously. Noah, question for you. How's your season been so far? Are you happy with the level you have now? Are you at the level you expected to be at this point of the season?
Yeah, I'd say that this is probably my most wild and unexpected year, with having injury, kind of having in the middle of the season, kind of setting back when I was able to start it. Of course, already having a great condition. I was kind of just watching the early season meets and being like, wow, yeah, I really wanted to get back on the scene, and then having to take a slower approach to get back, and then finally starting in July. It's been rushed, is to say the least. But I think I'm shocking myself more and more with every race, especially going from, winning my first Diamond League in Monaco, getting second in London, and then again coming to back out to Poland and getting a second place only behind Kishen. Like, these are great competitors, and I'm showing that I'm just right back in the swing of things, if not saying like every race, like, yeah, more and more and more, getting better and better. So I get more excited. I'd say after Poland, I was, fired up and ready to say, hey, let's really get back into this. Like, I'm really ready to start taking off some heads.
So you're ready to bring some heat for tomorrow?
I'm definitely ready.
Ditaji, what is your plan until Tokyo now? What's the competition schedule or training going back to training? What is the plan now?
So now it will be important to have two last very good races with the Diamond League here in Lausanne, and then Zurich. We have the best races to prepare myself for Tokyo. And then, yeah, it's it's not that much of training left to do. We're in good shape now, and we have to maintain that, and then it's off to Tokyo.
Noah, in Silesia, I saw the press conference, and you said that you love to put yourself in uncomfortable positions over showing your talent over 100 and 200 meters. But my question is, when are we seeing you over 400 meters? Because we saw you in the 4x4. We know you can move.
Oh, you guys didn't watch Florida Relays?
No, I did. Now we won.
Oh, well, you already seen it.
Exactly. My question is are you one day planning on running the Open 4?
How much y'all paying?
I mean, I'm not paying anything.
I'm not running then.
Okay, so for you, it's more of a challenge. You wouldn't do this like for fun.
I ran at Florida Relays.
Okay. Okay. Didi, would you ever try the 400?
No, I think 100 meters is enough for me.
Okay. And you, Masai?
I actually was a 400 hurdler.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So that could be coming back to the plan.
No.
Okay. Is that also too long?
Yeah, I did it from when I was a kid till my last college race. So I like the 100 better.
Okay, you made your choice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm opening up the floor to the journalists. If you have any questions, there's the microphone going around. Yes, there's a question over there.
Mitch Dice, Citius Mag. This one's for Noah. Noah, before you'd even sort of got to the press in Silesia, you were already fired up. It seemed like you were pretty amped. What was it about maybe that race that has unlocked a little something for you racing Zurich now? You're going to be doing that 200. It feels like this Noah confidence is really shining through brighter now. Was it something there that unlocked it for you, or has it been the work behind the scenes?
What example could you give of me being super amped before Silesia? I'm just trying to get an idea.
Yeah. I'm saying when you crossed the line, like even when you
okay, after the race.
Yeah,
okay,
you were like before we even talked to you, you were pumped. So.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I'm super excited because I'm seeing the progression. I mean, the third race of the year or third 100 of the year, and I'm already seeing I'm back into 990. You know, if the wind blew a little bit, it would have been a 989 race. I mean. You can't get more excited than that. And, you know, to see the change going from, wow, I ran like 10:05 at U.S. championships, and now I'm dropping 990s. And not only that, I'm competing against, you know, the best in the world. You know, everybody else has had probably 8, 10 races already. You know, I'm coming in, you know, in a rushed schedule. So I'm very proud of myself and my team on top of that for us getting to this point, knowing what the job is, and then still seeing the progress. It's like, wow, it's really happening. You know, sometimes you got to step back and be excited just for that. You know, everything can't be so much about getting the win. Of course, I want to win, and that's always going to be the goal, but always seeing the silver lining and saying, wow, I just ran that, and now I get 4 days later coming here in Lausanne, being in another stacked 100, it's like, okay, I know something great is going to happen because I'm already fired up. My body is showing that it's adjusting to the speed, and let's keep going because, you know, we're a month away from Tokyo. You know, this is the last 2 races that I'm going to have before we get there. So I know the situation, and yet I'm still pretty excited to what I got going into it.
Any other questions from the journalists? Yes.
Hi, I'm Annabelle Rollin from L'Equipe. I have a question for Masai. I would like to know which aspect of your personality express the better best in the 100 hurdles?
I don't understand the question.
I want to know what
But it's about it. I think, pardon, je vous paraphrase, but it's about when you take the 100-meter hurdles, is there some aspect of it that defines you, or where you can see that part of my personality goes well with that 100-meter hurdles? I don't know, whatever it would be.
Okay, yeah. I think for me personally, when I'm competing and when I'm on the track, I have like a fiery personality towards like what I do, and just being a sprinter, I feel like you have to like think of yourself very highly, especially in our event. It's super competitive. So I think like who I am off the track is not the same person that I am on the track. And I'm like a different person. I step into a different, like, I mean, they say like it's an alter ego. But yeah, I would just say that I have like just like this aura about me that like I just don't want to lose, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get to the line first.
Chris Geyer from Le Matin. Question for you, Noah, about your routine before the meeting. What kind of music do you listening, and do you keep the same playlist as Paris?
Um, gosh, my music playlist has definitely changed recently. I'd say there's a lot more gospel in it now. But at the same time, there are, of course, certain songs that just are always going to be in my playlist. There's always going to be Travis Scott in there. There's always going to be some Kanye West in there. But I'd say that there's definitely been a lot more gospel put into it recently. I'm struggling a little bit now though, because as we're getting to bigger moments and the playlist has kind of changed a lot, I have to reform it. Usually my playlists are very selective on, like, this song goes with this drill and this drill goes, well, and I have a whole timeline of, oh, if I hear this point of the song, I know that I'm supposed to be on this part of my warm up. So it hasn't completely been fleshed out. I need to get that done before Tokyo. So I'm going to be reaching out to one of my DJ friends to help me, actually put the whole thing together before we get to Tokyo, because the last thing I want to think about is, oh, is my music ready to go with the energy that I have going into it?
Any other questions?
Another question for you, Masai. It's been 7 years, I think, you train with your coach. Can you speak about your long-term relationship and your training environment?
Yeah, my coach and I have been together since I was in college. So we have been like working this thing out since 2018. And I knew when I went pro, I didn't want to change anything, just because there's a lot of other different factors. So for me, I wanted to just keep everything the same as much as possible because I knew the professional space was going to be different. And then I also trained with Devin Charlton, the world record holder in the 60 hurdles. So our training dynamic is really good. People have just kind of like started to figure out like who we are together. But we've been training together for like the last 6 years. And I mean, we both done great things last year and this year. She won the world indoor title. And then last year I won the Olympics. So we have a really good dynamic. My coach is very consistent. He's great. And yeah, I don't plan on leaving anytime soon because if it's not broke, there's nothing to fix.
I have a question for Ditaji. For now in Switzerland, there's not many competitors at your level yet, but there's a lot of youngsters coming in pretty strong. How much of an impact do you think your career had on them?
I don't know of my career specifically, but I think I really grew up with the examples and the people that we had in our sport. For example, my sister and all the good other athletes in Switzerland that we had that made it possible, and we saw, okay, it is possible to go that far. It is possible to be among the best in the world, even if we're from a small Swiss country. And I think that is something that is extremely motivating for the younger generation. So I felt that as a youngster, and now I hope that I can be the person that can inspire young kids also.
You definitely are. Last question for Noah. I do not want to get into the whole gossip of what happened at the trials, but I wanted to know, what do you think of a little rivalry in our sports?
Oh, I think rivalries are great. I love rivalries as long as they're done correctly.
Yeah.
Meaning that they have a storyline. We're not just making rivalries out of nothing. I get really kind of annoyed when there'll be situations where, of course, you'll have one person who has a race with somebody who's like, somebody has like 50 wins over somebody who has 3. I mean, come on, that's not a rivalry. And that's just the next race that's showing up. It's like, come on, if there's a rivalry, there's story behind it. These two have probably gone back and forth multiple times. They probably have some type of history, or they're creating history at the time. That's the type of rivalry I want to see, and those are the ones that I think all sports love. And if there is going to be rivalry on some level, then do the research, go deeper than just, they're going to run together at this track meet. Like, come on, we have to meet up at some point. Of course, we're gonna run against each other. You know, let's go further than just the surface level. Let's get deep into it.
Peut-être une dernière question pour Madame.
I have a question for Noah. I would like to bounce back about what Masai said about the dynamic in the training group. When you were injured this spring, wasn't it important for you to have a training group around you supporting? How was it for you?
No, yeah, I have a very good training group. I've been with Lance Brahman since 2016. He's been my coach as a professional my whole career. I've seen when I first got there, you know, me and my brother were the youngest there, you know, and we were just pretty much absorbing as much as we possibly could from everybody. And there was a lot of talent. It felt like everybody was an Olympian when we showed up. So in terms of, you know, showing up and, you know, you're being the big fish in a big pond, that was definitely not the case. You know, you had to earn your stripes. You had to earn your way into the group. Of course, everybody was, you know, very welcoming. And I think that's probably one of the best things about the group is that we're all extremely welcoming and we all want to see each other do well on every level, whether that's in the gym, on the track, whether that's, you know, teaching each other things that they might not notice. You know, we were out the track yesterday and, you know, I'm telling some of my teammates, it's like, hey, you've been doing this for a long time. I know that, but try doing it this way and you'll get a different result. And watching their faces light up when they're like, oh my gosh, that was so much more efficient. I felt like I had so much more power and like, I'm going to try that in the race. I'm just like, well, try it a few more times in practice first, but definitely, you know, eventually get there. And then everybody just, you know, working off of that. And it's been very, I've loved the group since I've been there, you know. Of course, you know, you always want to see it grow and there's not always going to be the best times. You know, some people are going to be injured and being able to motivate each other through those points in time, you know, is very important. And I'd say that our group is very good at doing that. So I'm very honored for the group that Coach B has put together.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights today. Thank you for being here. This is the end of this press conference. We wish you all the best for tomorrow. We hope you enjoy the competition. Could you just stay 1 minute for a picture?